Welcome back, and I don't think these two players are expected to tow the hockey so quickly. Shy of 11 minutes, just shy of 11 minutes. It took Luke Humphries of 119 plus average to do a job on Luke Woodhouse, and the winner here will face Luke Humphries. And Mark, we're probably expecting 25. A closer game, and one not as quick between these two.
Yeah, I think we might get more than 11 minutes worth. Jim Williams hitting the ball there, so he'll have the advantage in the odd numbers legs. And well, you think it's not much of a prize, is it, getting through to the third round and facing Luke Humphries if he turns up like he did? But interesting year for Jim Williams, who went well at the World Championships, of course. 55. We know he's got the talent. What type of year do you think he'll be having this year?
Well, we expect progress, don't we? As any player, Jim Williams, I thought, was impressive last year. Won a Pro Tour, and but then
108.
Montgomery firing the first match, but then missed too many events for me. He elected not to play the ones Nienhausen, but I know Jim is a self-employed joiner. There's a lot of responsibility there, and he's struggling to juggle it. But so much ability, and like you said, that run at the World Championship, missed the dart to be Gabriel Clemens as well. But a real good 2022 for Jim Williams. We expect more this year. He'll expect more as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? Like you said, he's self-employed, he's made his own business. Does he give that up and go full-time? You'd argue his game justifies him doing that, but clearly he's happy where he's at the moment, and almost playing without a care in the world.
Yeah, well, it seems to work. It's easy for me to... I obviously like Jim Williams, a fellow Welshman as well. I like seeing him do well. I want him to forget the work and play darts, but I understand there's that family commitment. He's got to do what's right for him. And
60.
I just feel if last year, if he could have played a little bit more, we could have seen him in the match play or maybe the Grand Prix. But so much to offer, Jim. But he's got a tough task here against Ross Montgomery, who started well.
Yeah, he has indeed.
100.
On a finish after 9, Montgomery. This should lay down some statement, but not going to go this time. Can tell you that elsewhere, Stephen Bunting has beaten Gary Anderson by 6 legs to 2. Couple of tight games. Richie Edhouse against Nathan Rafferty's gone to a deciding
57.
leg. James Wade 5-3 up over Vladimir Anderson. And Dylan Slevin has come back against Willie O'Connor, leads 5-4. What about this then from Williams? What about this from Williams? 1-4-6. And in a leg that he looked like he was in trouble, well, we talk about potential. That was top draw.
Clinical from Jim Williams, despite the 180 from Ross Montgomery. Close out the leg in style, and that's another max for Ross Montgomery, but he's already got rid of a Welsh Williams. Ross Montgomery beat Louis in the previous round, but this is a step up for him. And already a statement of intent from Jim.
Was that I can't recall the exact number. Was that a ridiculous stat about Jim Williams? A number of doubles he was hitting with his third dart, and obviously did it there 81. In a 3-dart combination. But I always feel those are the ones that hurt, Mark.
Yeah, they're the key shots, aren't they? And for Ross Montgomery, he's thinking, right, I've got a maximum. I'm making inroads against the throw, and all of a sudden the 1-4-6 goes in.
96.
For Jim Williams, just shows how clinical he can be, and the finishing element is a big attribute to his game, Jim.
Yep, Dylan Slevin has won the All-Irish affair. He's beaten Willie O'Connor 6-4, so he goes through to the third round.
And over on the other stream, Dan Dawson is covering at this stage. We've already seen
174.
Big visit there for Jim. We've already seen Nathan Aspel beat Mervyn King. Currently, Daryl Gurney and Jeffrey DeSwan are in the way over there.
Some real big games. Look at this. Tops for Montgomery.
80.
Oh, just underneath. So Williams then, having just checked out 1-4-6, can he get rid of 1-3-1? Well, he might do. He might do. Went for treble 13, couldn't quite hit it. So the pressure on here for Montgomery.
Yeah, he deserves this chance, Ross. Played well at the start of this match. These have to be converted. And he gets there. Good holder throw from Ross Montgomery. Hasn't let it derail his progress, that finish in the opening leg. Stayed focused and levels us up.
Yeah, he's been pretty steady away, hasn't he, Ross Montgomery? But a nice opening 140 from Williams. Kim Hoybrecht's 3-3 against Darren Webster.
100.
Steady ton from Montgomery.
Yeah, Ross Montgomery was in the second year of his tour card, and when you haven't made the World Championships in your opening year, You kind of need a lot more from this year, so it's a big year ahead for Ross if he's to remain on the PDC Tour. A few highlights. I see we saw him on the stream last year in Barnsley.
140.
5-1 down and beat Gedwin Price, but they were one of the rare highlights for Ross last year.
And even though it is early in the year, Mark, these are good chances to get some money on the board and just ease the pressure and set yourself up for a good year rather than a year of struggle and scrambling around.
Yeah, get the few boxes ticked, get yourself qualified for the Worlds and mine at the earliest possible route, and the European qualifiers
68.
are very important as well. You get in there and you guarantee, well, it was £1,000 last year. The prize money has changed. We're waiting for the official news on that. But the prize money has been altered for the European Tour, so there's more money at stake. So they've become even more
46.
important this year.
A couple of loose visits from both players there, but Montgomery here with that treble now becomes favourite for this leg. Oh, follows it up with a single one. Needs another treble. Only 8-1 after that opening dart will feel like a disappointment, and Williams again is looking at a big three-figure finish.
Yeah, he didn't follow the first dart there, Ross. Jim Williams
60.
went for a 25 the last one, and he's got in the 20, so massive harm done.
12 for tops then. Tops he needs for a 2-1 lead.
72.
Just over the top again, so Williams needs a second ton plus finish. This is just to hold his throw. This time he gets the green bit, so now he needs treble 20. Doesn't get it, so Montgomery coming back
61.
and a chance here to nudge in front for the first time.
He's looked the more likely, Ross Montgomery. He's averaging above 100 here. And is making it count. Leads now, gets the breaker throw. He was waiting to break in the opening leg. The average has dipped below 100 because he's used a couple of double there. But this is positive stuff from Ross. Could have been 3-0 in front had it not been for that 1-4-6 finish from Jim. Here he goes again, Ross.
Oh, look at that, third maximum already for Montgomery, and just a sneakily good performance this so far. Williams is just going to have to up his game a little bit here.
100.
Only a ton.
Jim Williams won that maiden and only PDC ranking title last year, beating Ricky Evans in the final. He was in Barnsley as well.
140.
He just went on to have, like we said, a steady year. Good World Championship, which featured victories over Sebastian Białowieski, then a big scalp James Wade, before losing that thriller to Gabriel Clemens. But on the whole, I thought it was a great debut year on the PDC for Jim.
Yeah, it was. Played well at the Worlds. But now, having done it, you can't stand still in this game. You've got to always be looking to improve
60.
and build on your results. And Montgomery will be slightly disappointed there that wasn't a better visit. As Williams, a bounce
61.
out. Crucial. So Montgomery here's got time to consolidate that breaker throw and lead 3-1.
Performance from Ross. He's bought himself some time here. That's okay. A treble and a single, and it'll be kind of what the main objective was anyway.
81.
That's fine. Good recovery from Ross, and regardless of what Jim does here, Ross is going to have darts for a 3-1 lead.
He is. Williams though looking to crank the pressure up and fill it up, and he does.
180.
His first, so Montgomery knows if he doesn't put this away, it could be going 2-2. Just drags it down, now needs double 10. Gets it right in the top corner. 3-1 Montgomery leads. And Jim Williams with a little bit of work to do here. Huybrechts against Darren Webster. That's Kim Huybrechts. 4-4 in their game. And Ross Smith is 5-4 up against Mario van den Boogaard.
Over on the other stream, Daryl Gurney, who had a bit of a subdued year last year. Well, he's 3-0 up on Jeffrey this one. Not overly impressive, that game. Daryl Gurney be satisfied. He's looking to set up a tie with Nathan Aspinall. And we're kicking off a little bit of third round action as well. Ian White, who needs a big year as well, missed the World Championships for 60. The first time since getting his tour card last year. He's losing early doors in his calendar. It's only one leg down.
Montgomery back in the red bit.
95.
95 scored, so Williams on his own throw has just been pushed a little bit here. Too many loose darts from Jim.
85.
Tread carefully here, hasn't he, Jim Williams? You drop your throw again here in a race to 6. A couple of breaks down to recover. It's a big ask. Montgomery not happy there.
41.
We talked about Luke Woodhouse lets you know when he's had a bad visit. Ross Montgomery's a bit similar. Out on his sleeve.
Yeah. Now Williams is starting to find the range. Gets another maximum. It's interesting how these, even the short format games, Mark, they ebb and flow, don't they? There's swings and missed darts and big scores that can turn a game instantly.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of everything. We've seen how explosive it can be with Luke Humphries and be done in the blink of an eye.
59.
So this one looks like it's going to have a bit more legs in it. But can Montgomery find a big finish? He can't. So Jim Williams is going to get a chance to get back within 1.
And he needs
96.
to take this out. Williams, both players averaging well. Single 20 will leave double 16 to move within 1, and he gets it. That will fill him with confidence. And Montgomery now throwing to re-establish a 2-leg lead.
Big visit from Jim Williams there. He'd lost the last 3 legs, and Montgomery was waiting to pounce on a 2-darter, and that would have been for a double break. That could be crucial
100
in the closing stage of this match. Montgomery still got the advantage of that break.
He has. As Williams
96.
opens up with 96. He never looks overly flustered, Jim Williams, to be fair. Whether he's throwing well or not so well, he just always looks the same, doesn't he?
100.
Steady start for Montgomery. We've used that term quite a bit today, but he's just throwing quite well, isn't he?
Playing well, Ross, averaging just above 98.
100.
Jim Williams now finds his 3rd max in the last 3 legs, so signs, and that levels up the max count. He's getting that scoring game together now, Jim Williams.
100.
Yeah, he's starting to put the big numbers on. He's starting to squeeze Montgomery, and he's back again in the treble. Looking for another one to leave him on a 2-dart finish. Oh, he went for the bull and hit 12 there. That was a loose last dart. Montgomery will still feel he's a good chance here, but needs to stay straighter than that, and he needs a treble.
Following the conclusion of this game,
26.
we obviously go into the 3rd round, then we've got potentially Dirk van Dijven, well, it will be Dirk van Dijvenbode against either Madders Rasmussen or Cameron Crabtree, but it's likely to be Cameron Crabtree. He's 5-1 up on Madders Rasmussen. Crabtree, not even a tall card holder, got a call up because of the withdrawals from Christian Perez, Gedwin Price,
81.
and Corey Cadby. So what an opportunity it could be for Cameron. Got to finish the job first, though.
Yeah, Montgomery, all he can do here is look to apply some pressure. Williams looking to make it back-to-back legs and go 3-3.
99.
99. Leaves it handy, but Williams will fancy he can do this. 20 for double 16.
It's been his friend in this match, and it's his friend again. All 3 legs for Jim Williams, 1 on double 16. How crucial that 72 finish was in leg 5. Well, that's how crucial it was. He's now levelled up and broke straight back, and this game has ebbed and flowed, but it's now in the hands of Jim Williams. He's got the advantage of the darts again.
Ryan Searler's beating Florian Hempel 6-1. Got a decent all-Dutch affair. Martijn Kleermaker is 5-4 down to Richard Veenstra. Both players averaging 98 and 97 respectively. Decent game, that one. Got a decent game here as well. Well, 3 of our opening 4 games on this stream, Mark, went all the way, and besides, this one might be going the same way.
It's got that feel, hasn't it? Although I will say Jim Williams has upped it slightly in the last leg and a half, and
60.
And he hammer home that advantage. Bit of an upset in the 2nd round. Ross Smith has just been beaten by Mario van der Bohade, 6-5.
That is a bit of an upset, isn't it? Ross Smith looking to build on an impressive year. Madders Rasmussen's got one back against Cameron Crabtree, but it's still 5-2.
100.
And Chris Dobie's 4-2 up in his game.
Yeah, Chris Dobie was called that game against Ryan Joyce on the other stream, and it was a really good close encounter, and Dobie's in trouble. Joyce had 3 darts for 5-3 in the end. Dobie won, and he seems to be in control against the newcomer, Pascal Rubrecht.
100.
Montgomery here with a 2-treble visit will give himself a real chance.
100.
A ton. Williams 116, took out 146 in the opening leg of the match, and he's got every chance here. 16 will leave him a shot at tops for a 4-3 lead, and he gets it. Second ton plus finish. Impressive stuff from Williams again.
It's clinical from Jim Williams, and just when Montgomery's waiting, thinking he's got a chance, there's been a 146, a 116, a 72 as well. Doesn't sound
54.
as glamorous, the 72, but Montgomery was waiting on a 2-darter for a 4-1 lead with a couple of breaks of throw. That was crucial in leg 5.
97.
So Williams here, giving himself a chance. Montgomery, who started off with that flurry of 180s in the opening 4 legs, has really struggled, hasn't he, with his scoring after that.
He's not doing enough with that first dart, is he? That's the dart that Jim Williams is starting to work well with, and Montgomery isn't doing the same.
140.
It's a good rally this from Williams. He was 3-1 down, won the last 3 legs, and he's got himself a little bit of an advantage here as well.
99.
Yeah, Montgomery on his own throw, only 16 in front. Williams, though, with a rare loose start in these last few legs.
85.
Rectifies things with that last start treble. Montgomery needs to go big here.
And he's just shuffling along, Montgomery. You've seen him just move across to the left.
100.
He does find a treble. Williams will fancy setting this up, and he'll expect to have 6 at it. Stay there. He's coming down.
99.
So still a chance for Montgomery.
Yeah, this would be very useful, but he's just the wrong side of the wire. All he can do now, oh, he's gone the same way again. This is a disastrous visit. What can he do with the last start? Well,
66.
The weight was perfect, but the line a problem. 80 then for a 5-3 lead.
Yeah, these can be awkward, even more awkward now. It's 25 for ball. Mess from Jim Williams, and we haven't seen a great deal of this. It's been very clinical. 19 scored. He may stay on the 25.
29.
Treble fit. That was just a shocking visit from Jim.
It was. Montgomery with a lifeline here. He does it, the green bit. 17 then will leave tops. He's hit it a couple of times so far. Can he get it again? He can, right in the middle. What a dart that is. Montgomery looked down and out in that leg, and he's made a real mess of it there. Jim Williams, the setup shot, and Montgomery takes full advantage. 4-4.
58.
He did well there, Montgomery, on the 148. A couple of treble ones. There's a bit of head shaking going on. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to lose a 4th consecutive leg, but tidied up the 82. Is he back? He's back in there. He's hit 3 180s in the first part of the match. Fires in a 4th. Twist in favour of Ross Montgomery, it seems now.
Yeah, a 3-leg burst from Montgomery, then a 3-leg burst from Jim Williams. Is Montgomery going to finish things off in style here? Well, he's nudging along the hockey. He's nudging along the hockey. He's 5 in.
140.
Oh, unlucky. But a great start to this 9th leg.
He'd settle for this. Over 200 in front, and Jim Williams is not firing back with
58.
much. Jim Williams having a little wobble here. Hasn't found a big treble, made a mess of the finish at the end of the last leg. But credit this man, Ross Montgomery. He's got to stay up there. He's got to be a little bit more forceful on that. He's probably going to get a bit more time.
Well, Williams will be kicking himself here on his own throw. He's not putting any pressure on at all. Montgomery's got 6 darts at least for this 140. Want to get it done in 3 if he can, but again, he's in that treble 1.
He rescued it there. 63 scored 77. He'll come for treble 19. They went across for treble 50. I don't like that, because the sole reason now, if Jim Williams puts in a big score, he's got to mess around on 62. You go over to the 19, you're leaving a single to double combination, so he's left a bit of work to do here, Ross.
Yeah, that was strange, wasn't it? And now he's only going to get one dart, and it will be at tops. He's been pretty good on it this afternoon. Not this 22. Time, so Williams, who's got 2 ton-plus finishes already, needs 148.
Yeah, just inviting problems here, Ross. So he's going to get away with it. Well, I say get away, he's going to get another opportunity. That decision-making just needs to be a little bit better at the back end of the leg. But he's forced the issue in this leg, Ross, and this for 5-4.
10s he needs. 1 dart left, Montgomery. And he's missed 30. It, and all of a sudden that decision to leave 62 looks like it's going to bite him, because Williams here, 16 for the double. Oh, he's hit 8.
There's no lasting damage, but that's not what he wanted. Well, double 10. Wow, 38. This has got really messy. 21 darts thrown in this leg for Jim Williams, and he's still not got the leg on the board.
Double 5 inside, so 1 for double 2. Double 2 he needs for a 5-4 lead, and he's got it. And Ross Montgomery will be throwing for the match. Well, he's got away with one there, Montgomery. If he'd have lost that leg there, Matt, he would have been kicking himself over that decision to leave 62.
Yeah, it just he invited problems there. Ross Montgomery hit the first 5 big trebles of the leg, ended up going out in 21 darts, but that's irrelevant. He's got the leg on the 60. Board eventually, and he's now throwing for the match, but he's come up dry in his opening visit.
You mentioned that last 32 game, Callan Rydz and Ian White. Rydz, 6-1 winner, averaged 111 in that one.
Yeah, good performance from Callan. Had a sloppy end to the year as well. He had a decentish run in minor getting to the quarterfinals, but was defeated. He got the bad draw, then he got Josh Rock in the World Championships, but didn't really happen in the back end. But that's a statement from Callan Rydz, and he's still going. First man into the last 16. Good day for Ian White, though. 60.
Yeah, is it going to be a good day for Ross Montgomery? Well, not if he keeps hitting that one section, it won't be. And he needs a treble here. And he gets 81. One last dart, but only a dart in front here. Jim Williams from 3-4-1. Needs another one of those.
100.
I can't quite get another one. You made a good point earlier, Mark. You don't get a lot from Jim Williams, and even in the midst of that shocking leg in the previous one, he never really shook the head. He just thought, right, focus, get on with it here, and we see a lot more of it from Ross. He's 80. Just keeping himself slightly in front, but he'd like a bigger advantage. This is a delicate lead for Ross Montgomery, because Williams would have the darts in the decider.
He would. Dylan Slevin's having himself a day, beat Willie O'Connor in the last round. He's 3-0 up against Josh Rock in the last 32. Montgomery here needs a big one.
98.
Came over to the 18. But it's Williams who gets first nibble in this leg. 9 for double 16 to send us all the way. Double 16 for another ton-plus finish, and it is, and Jim Williams now becomes favourite for the match. And we had such a clean-cut match in the previous one between the two Lukes. This one has kept us guessing, but it's slight advantage Jim Williams. Last leg, Jim Williams kicks things off.
Yeah, 101, 116 and 146 finishes for Jim Williams.
96.
Holmes up with a steady 96. So Ross Montgomery, who was within touching distance of the third round, all of a sudden has got work to do. And Chris Dobie's got work to do as well in his game against Pascal Ruprecht. It's 5-5 now.
I've been impressed with Ruprecht. Another result that we've sort of got to mention. A gentleman you've seen already today, Mark. Jeroen van der Velde has beaten Raymond van Barneveld. 6-4, so he's in to the last 32.
What to like about that young fella? Good, solid, straightforward technique. Looks a talent, doesn't he?
99.
Well, he's a talent. We know that already.
Beating Ricky Evans and Raymond van Barneveld now, so he's setting his stall out early here.
$98.
Interesting last leg in prospect. Montgomery switches, hits treble 18. Now he revises, stays there. And a 20 now. Oh, that's a nice visit. That's a really nice visit from Montgomery.
He's done well here, Ross, because a game that he'll feel he's generally had the better of, but hasn't managed to get the job done yet. And he's, oh, what a setup shot from Jim Williams to leave 36. So Montgomery, the 130 goes, or he could be exited at the second round. He's got a chance, and it's at 5-5. Big shot for Ross Montgomery, and he just pulls it low. Match start comes and goes.
3 for Jim Williams in a topsy-turvy game. The lead has changed hands several times. 18 then for the match. Inside 9, huge dart. And he's inside, so Montgomery comes back for 5 for the match.
Well, Ross tidied up this combination in that scrappy leg earlier on. The 9th leg, he finished on 1-2-2. Can he complete the match on 1-2-2? He's going up to 1-1. Nerves for Montgomery.
Game short on the match.
And he gets it in there. Montgomery closes out a topsy-turvy affair. Had a couple of breaks of throw in there. Each person, some big finishes of Jim Williams, but it wasn't enough. Montgomery through to face Luke Humphries. And there we see the 1-1. He'll have to improve on that, Ross. But it's a big day for Ross Montgomery. He needs a big year, and he's made a good start. The average pretty steady around about 90, but he gets the job done. He goes through to face Luke Humphries in the 3rd round. But coming up next on this stream is Dirk van Dijvenbode taking on Cameron Crabtree.